Right. Hello. Welcome. How are you? Watch me as I just very carefully into my chair. Oh my god. What's happening? There we go. What a day, everybody. What an actual day. Turn this down a little bit. It has been a little while since we've seen you. I've been here. Where have you been? Just kidding. It's fine. We all have lives. But how you been, bud? Hippie as well. How you doing? Sure is a Tuesday. We're gonna try something new this week. As soon as everything just decides to cooperate. There we go. Okay. Good. It's good. Anything new going on with you? Like, no? Going on with your life? Have you like become like a Fortune 500 member or something like that? What's going on with you? For me, it's been fairly straightforward. Another new week. Getting ready for a friend's birthday next week. Other than that, I don't know if you saw it on Monday, but I did a run through, not a run through, but like a what is the word I want to use? A photo tour of the Minnesota Zoo. And that was really fun. The tour itself, actually, like showing you guys the pictures and actually going there. If you're in Minnesota ever, if you're near Minneapolis, you've got a day to burn, roughly 5 hours or so. You got Fall Guys earlier. Fall Guys is fun. It's also really frustrating. Last time I played it was when the Godzilla stuff came out. And I'm going to turn on my super cool ring light. Oh, it's going to change the world here in a second. Better? I think it's better. But yeah, last time I played that was like months ago. I don't know if I'll ever, well, I'll play it again eventually, yeah, right? It'd be fun to play that. It's something new. But yeah, another boring day for me. Just kidding. It's always fun with you, Chad. It's always fun with you. Legitimately, I'm not joking. Actually, it's actually a lot of fun coming on here and people either giving me shit or like being really excited for stuff. It's awesome. So, without any further ado, let's get to this episode 14, you guys. This is the 14th time I've done just this, which is actually, you know what? I think we're gonna need a new Pokemon Fusion Photoshop because this is getting to be a really big file. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save. Now it's taking like multiple seconds for it to save, so we're gonna go ahead and Pokemon Fusion 2. Perfect timing actually, because we are now starting Generation 2 Pokemon Fusion. So we're gonna go ahead and there it is. I always forget the prompt goes off screen. Get rid of that. So we have a fresh-ish new. I could play some Ascended Cabbage with you, bud. I could play some Fall Guys with you, Ascended Cabbage, my good bud. Yes. Risk of Rain Crew. Yeah, I mean we could. We could also. Oh, that'd be cool. We could do like a stream of like a couple games. I don't know if you have Monster Hunter World Ascended Cabbage, but there's potential there too. Yeah. I wouldn't mind playing some. I haven't played it in a while, so I would be happy to get back into it at some point. If you plan on streaming on a Monday or Friday, potentially this weekend as well, I am playing on PC. But yeah, if you're playing, I could probably squeeze in a Tuesday or a Thursday as well. It depends on my schedule because next week we're gonna be tentatively Monday or Friday weekend. Those are gonna be the best days for me to actually hop on and play some Monster Hunter or some Fall Guys. I would say this Friday, if you don't have anything going on between like midnight, like now, until like 4 in the morning, anytime within there, I would be happy to do it. I can't really get on it much earlier because of my schedule. I work night. Oh, I work afternoon shifts, so from like 2 to 10 p.m. So I usually get home around like 10:30. Have to eat, do a couple things, get ready, and then I'll be able to hop on with you to do some either. Yeah, that would basically be it. Um, yeah, even this Friday, if you want to do it this Friday, that'd be fine. Saturday potentially. What do you think, Bud? Other Bud as well. Just let me know. But yeah, this week we are starting Gen 2 fusions, and don't freak out. It's not perfect because what we're gonna have to do this time is we're literally just gonna have to look at two Pokemon and try to join them together. Um, we don't have the benefit of the Pokemon fusion thing that I was using last time, where it actually puts a face on the other one. Although it'd be pretty easy to do that mentally for me with this one because it literally is. It shows two pictures. So the benefit of this one is Zufall's Pokemon.de/English. So it's a German dude who made a version of Pokemon Fusion, where it just shows the two pictures from. You can choose the generations that you want. You can choose also to turn off artwork, which is interesting. That's cool. All right, cool. So let's get started. Off we go. You ready? Here we go. Oh. Okay. Turn up the music just a little bit for you guys. Hear that? Give me a message and I'll be copying usually around in the evenings. Cool. So, tonight is going to be a shorter stream for me tonight. I'm fucking wiped after today. Last night I had to go in late. Stay in late, I'm sorry. So, after Pokemon, so why did this, oh, it's because it's the old, okay. So, we're gonna have to, one second. So my frame got funked up. Camera, frame, where are you? No, other one. Video capture. Count rate alerts camera. Sorry, 1 second here. This is being a bit of a pain in the ass here. I suppose I could just turn that off, but it's not showing me which. Okay, so that's off. Browser, camera. Alright, we'll just turn it off for this week. Because I forgot to make an instance, which is its own version of... Of course, this is... What a day to be a streamer right now. Throbbing headache. And... just a bad attitude. Alright, sorry. We're gonna get going here. So, episode 1. 2 Pokemon from Gen 2. Let's make it happen. So yeah, I'm gonna do the whole guess as we draw thing here. And, I don't know about the 3-click rule, but we'll do something here. Let's see. Get out of some Alright, we'll have fun with this one. Here we go. First one. Let's get our brushes ready here. Alright. Alright, is that? Okay. Up. Alright. So. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys had a great day. Mine, not so great last night. Late at work. Some stuff went wrong. And, yeah, I was there until like 3:30 in the morning. Normally, like I said, I normally get here at about like 10 at night, 10:30 at night. Stuff went wrong. Wasn't great. But here I am. So let's get this done. Let's get this one started, I should say. And then we can keep moving on with these fusions, because I'm excited to see what Gen 2s might hold. I'm not as familiar with them because it's been so long. And usually with each version of Pokemon, it's the new ones and not the previous generation. So like Diamond and Pearl, I don't think there really was any Gen 2 Pokemon in that one. That was the last one I played after Gen 2. Because it's been so long. Well, you forget things, right? Let's see. Yeah, because the difference... Well, actually, I can do something. Do this. Be a little bit of a bumpy ride getting used to this again, but here we go. Beak might be a little bit of a giveaway depending on how well you know Gen 2. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I will be. I'll be doing the 6 here tonight, and then I'm gonna have to call it an early night. Because holy crap, it really does. It's amazing how much just like not having a good solid night of sleep can affect just your operations as a person. I think I might actually make that beak higher up, so I'll probably do that when I actually drop. But we got this now. Value your ability to rebound quickly after a night of sleep. Or bad sleep, I should say, as a kid. Because it doesn't last. It really, really doesn't. What are we looking at here, chat? What is this nonsense, huh? Actually, what we'll do is we'll do this. 1 foot here, 1 foot here. That. I think we're going to use the eyes at all. I think we're just going to go ahead and hop into that. So let's move them down there. Okay. I think I'm forgetting something, but I don't think so. Right. Let's make sure that browser's not open. Oh, you can see the whole time? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's make that brush nice and big. Let's get this bothersome cord out of the way that just decides to fight me every week. It's a real battle, chat. There we go. Okay. Now, let's start the doodling. Fire. Just that. What I was gonna do, and I'm glad I found this. Rather last minute, actually, I found this. Was another website that just offers literally just showing the pictures, and it makes it so much easier than having to look them up separately. Because that's what I was going to do. I promised myself I'd stop doing this. It's kind of like janky line matching. There we go. That's better. That looks. But yeah, thank you very much to Zufall's Pokemon .de very much. Really do appreciate it. Website will not go unsquandered for my efforts to doodle Pokemons in pairs. What if a Tyranitar had sex with a Jigglypuff? Well, we might have to wait for that mashup. Might just have to wait a little longer for that one. This is strictly Gen 2, this specific one. Already not liking the speed. We're gonna go ahead and redo this one. I'm not a big fan of how this one's turned out. Brush. It's already a lot better. Not perfect though. This up. Just a smidge here. Okay. This a little bit. Actually, before we get too far away from it. Yeah, that's it. That is 100% our boy. Let me finish up this. This is This was after trying a couple combos, because there's some that just don't really have as good of like iconic figures, and I don't think that would have been as fun to combine. I think this one is a bit more interesting in terms of like just the combination itself. And I thought it'd be funny to have like the hat sitting up on top there. Ugh. I can turn the screen off again. Okay. So now let's get this. Let's do the rim first. Oh no. I always liked Murkrow. I always thought the design was really cool. I think what I'll do... I think what I'm going to try this time is I'm going to try a brush that gives you, like, layers, so you can, like a soft edge brush, I guess is what I mean. Because what I've been using previously is, like a soft edge brush that blends in. I think what I'll do now is I'll try to make this look a bit more like the watercolor stuff that they do for this now. Another little change in the system we have already. Better line. There we go. Okay. So let's DVA mechanics. What's up? How are you doing? How are you? Let's try. Nope, not that one. Where is it? Fusion browser. There we go. Okay, so we have to readjust this a little bit, but let's go with let's see, cancel Fusion browser properties, capture method authentic. I forget how to change this already. Oh boy. Oh, is it like? I think it was like you move it and then it's like control. No, is it alt? Oops. Let's see here. shift? It is not shift. There we go. Perfect. That should actually do it quite well. Let's drag that down a little bit. Okay. So there's our two Pokemon. We'll leave it there. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing with, and I'll bring it back up when we're done because I don't want to have too much space taken up. Yeah. Murkrow's pretty cool. I'm a fan. Oh, we could... Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to add another thing last minute here. Last minute edition. It's going to look like a really crappy, like, ponytail. Like an unkempt one. We've all seen it before. Various, venues and, avenues for people to embarrass themselves with hairstyles. And, this one is no exception. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you work at a gas station. You've seen some real characters come through. There we go. Oh, that's really good. I like that quite a bit. All right, so we're gonna probably go with what is that? Like a dark blue, something like this, maybe. Get rid of that. It's too dark, saturated. We'll go with that. Okay. Yeah, how's it going, DBA Mechanics? How you been? You've been well. Let's fill in the edges here so we can do a nice fucking fill. I think I'm trying to think of like my favorites from Gen 2. This is something I think I brought up too when I was doing the draw from memory, which I think that was probably my least accurate. I didn't do Gen 3 because I just do not remember anything from Gen 3. It'd be different if I knew somebody who did know Gen 3 Pokemon really well, and then would just describe them. Because that's one thing I've seen other channels do, where they like have somebody describing what the Pokemon looks like, and then you try to draw it like that. It's almost like Pictionary style or something like that. Fun to do, but yeah, I don't really know anybody who's like that into Gen 3. Potentially, it's a big maybe. Maybe you'll step out of the shadows one day. I'll be like, oh. Come onto my humble Twitch channel and describe Gen 2 Pokemon to me, or Gen 3. I'll have an absolute blast. Finger, like, clicking in, like, free-to-play music is, like, rampant. Not that this has it, but, like, it's a big theme. It's a real big theme. There. I might do another theme like drawing, like art style theme like I did before. It might be really cool to just another artist I really like actually is the Obanoth. I believe her name is Hannah Webb. She's super cool, great art style. So it might be fun to just do Pokemon in that style. If you're not familiar with the Obanoth, it's Obanoth. Got a great Instagram. I think she started doing more YouTube stuff recently. I'm not sure if she kept up with it, but she does really well. Well, she does really nice designs. I was gonna say she does really well for herself. I don't know about that, but she's constantly doing this kind of stuff. She does like commissioned like graffiti art stuff too, but it's all like square-edged shading and like pop. A little bit, I don't want to say pop art because she does her own stuff. I guess it is pop art technically. But it's really cool stuff. If you want to go check that out, you will not be disappointed. Alright, so So there's our start. Let's get the accent colors in here. So we need a gray for the beak, for the claws. No, that's not what I wanted. So actually, Hippie, what have you been playing recently? I forgot to ask you. Have you been going back to cities at all, or has it been something else? I'm Diva, by the way, too. Don't exclude yourself. I'm curious. What have you been up to? Do you stream yourself, actually? I'm not sure I actually checked up on you. Sorry. I'm curious. I think this yellow is probably good. A little more saturated. French fry yellow. Yummy. Speaking of French fries, I gotta cut back. I'm too used to running through the drive-thru at the end of the night. I just get worn out. I get into that meal prep again, like I used to. Dude, still, you get too much pasta? It's nuts. Oh, you're right up. Already got something of a sugar addiction anyways. Doesn't help. Alright, so we got the beaky, we got the footsies going on here, yep. Oh, I could check on that today. I wasn't drawing with like the same color. Not that it's something to do, right? This actually reminds me of something either from like DuckTales or like Looney Tunes. Not Looney Tunes, I'm sorry, Animaniacs. There was a character that looked like something like this. I'm having trouble remembering what I played. Go with like a deep bit on this one first. I think I'll start out with, I'll just make a quick brush here. Another one. Now. So we'll do hard run pressure opacity. What does this look like? Kind of what I want, but let's see what the overlap looks like. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Well, let's go with that, and we'll change the whoops, brush. Yeah, you guys can't see this. I have my brush menu open. Transfer smoothing. We'll go with a like a rounded edge, splotchy color or something. Shape, I don't know what to call it. Spacing, we need that. That. We need shape dynamics. Scattering. Oops. Smoothing. Is there like a, I forget where the rotation, the random rotation is. Is it shape dynamics? Angle jitter. There we go. Change it up, and it should be. Whoa. Okay, let's calm down a little bit here. Okay. I think that looks pretty cool. What we're gonna have to do is change the color. So we're gonna do overlay. So if we go like this, I think that may be fun to screw around with. Okay. So, brush. Let's go with the. Let's keep it this size though. Let's go ahead and do the mask. Okay. Let's zoom out just a tad here. So I'm going to start with the mid-tone, which we will do as a gray, maybe. I'm already liking this quite a bit. What I like actually about this the most is that the you hit like a maximum brightness, so to speak, with the brush, and then you can kind of go over it with like on the edges, so to speak. And it's only so to speak, you know what I'm saying. I fucking love using that like words over and over again. Kind of my thing. I do like the edge of this brush actually. This is really cool. You know, this technology thing, it's alright. I'm cool with it, you know? Local man enjoys technology. Let's get a brighter one. Look like close to white. Like highlights or maybe. Soften up these edges here. Angle so it's not just like that. Formulaic shape. I think that'll do it. A little bit on the rim there. Okay. I like it. It's Murkrow. Oh my god. Bad Dog 69 Dow. Thank you so much for the 3 months, man. I really appreciate it, buddy. It means so much for you to do that. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good night. I hope you had a guess at what we're doing here. It's Gen 2. Get excited, bud. But thank you again. To everybody, yeah. Oh my god, I love that. I'm so glad I made that emote. It's so good. Especially when I like hover over it in OBS and it's like enormous. It's so good. It's so good. I might do because I like doing the F in the chat kind of like thing for like when things are terrible and I need some humor to be injected in my life. I think I'm just gonna make an F stamp or something like that. Thank you very much again, bud. It means a lot. Hope you're doing well, by the way. How's your week been? Are you normally up this late, actually? I always forget to ask that for people. It's like, is this like your normal time to be awake, or is this like a extreme situation where you're just like, gotta resubscribe. Otherwise you won't know that I appreciate him. Don't worry. I know. Great day at work. How about you? Not great. Especially last night. But I'm not letting it get me down too much. Today was the fallout, so to speak, from last night, which was a nightmare. But yeah, that's a whole story of just like annoying like work stuff that I'll spare you from. But definitely 9 times out of bed, in bed when you're watching. That's cool. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the bad day either. It's just it just happens, you know. So I'm not too upset. This brush is doing great. I'm gonna save this one. What do we want to call this? I'll call it Pokemon Shading. Let's call it that. It's up to there. That should work. Okay. But no. You've honestly just, I mean, people hanging out makes it a lot easier. So I appreciate you even just stopping by, bud. It does make it a better day when I have people that hang out with me. So very much appreciated. Not only your subscription, but just you saying hi. So thank you very much. See, the other thing too is I'm glad I even just tried a new brush on this because it looks really cool. I really am liking how the it looks like, what do you even call it? I guess like marker strokes, but it has that like banded, like almost what's the word you want to call it? Undithered. I remember the bird faintly. Yes, this is Murkrow. So let's bring it up here. Fusion browser. There it is. So it's Murkrow and Poliswine. I really like how this one turned out. And look, he's got a little happy tune right here. Right. Alright, let me grab this one. Nope. Okay. Ha! Okay. Let's go back into here. Oh, baby. Wrong layer. There we go. have that as reference to remember the swamp. And we'll call this one Merswine. That's Merswine. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this. I remember seeing it, but it's not a, like... What's the word I want to use? I guess it's familiar. Like, it's definitely in the back of my head when I think of Gen 2, let alone anything from Gen 2. It's like the first 9, obviously, and then Lugia. I remember Lugia a lot because that was like the new exciting. It was in the Pokemon movie, I think, or something like that. But yeah, Lugia, I remember being excited. Oh, Unknown. So like the little alphabet characters, Roman alphabet, I guess you could say, or the Arabic. Sorry. All right, so round 2. Let's see. Another great one. Let's do this. Coming up roses today, Chad. Coming up roses. All right, so let's go back to our brush. And... yeah, so you got a little... It will be good, but now it's spoiled. Well, if anybody else happens to stop by, don't give them a hint, okay? Little secret just for you. Just for you. So, obviously we do the other one, right? We there. We do... I guess we'll do, like, chunkier ears. I think it should be as... Maybe actually what we can do is we can do, like, the same ears. Just have them be themed. Like a color swap or a palette swap or whatever. And then I think we gotta kind of give it like smaller versions of the already like smaller eyes, but we'll space them out a little bit. So like the almond triangle eyes. Give it like a little tiny nose and I want the nose to be like right there. Smile to be something. Yeah, go with that. Give it a little blushy blush. Oh baby, she's already a cutie. I was thinking about this the other day. I still think it's so weird that, like, unofficially, this is not necessarily in the canon, but like Blue Link Solution, it will sink ships, yes. It will also not give a very good blowjob, if I'm honest. Just a thought. I was trying to like be a little bit more PC about that one, but like it's just like when it comes down to it, it's fine. Like I try to be a bit more PG in this, at least on this day for streaming, but like, yeah. Oh, we can actually theme the blush marks after the little lines on there. This one, oh, it's different. It's not that one. Okay. We'll give it a little short, stubby tail. Straight. Okay. Nice. Indeed. A real lemon job, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. And we'll like that. Nope. Go like that. Yep. Go like that. Not quite. Beautiful. There we go. And we got to get the legs here. So yeah, something else I decided last week. I came back from Minnesota, which was about a 4-ish hour drive, and I didn't find it to be too bad. And before that, I had done an 8-hour trip to Indiana, and I went to go visit a friend down there as well. So both these trips were for visiting friends I haven't seen in a while, and it was great. Um, so what I'm going to do now, instead of going to visit friends, I'm going to go into the wilderness and I'm going to try doing solo camping with a little bit of hiking, because vitamin D, something I've been lacking. I've been taking supplements for, and I like, obviously I'll do it because I need to, because I don't have the schedule that leads me outside all that much. But I think it'll be fun because there's a YouTube channel that I'm a pretty big fan of that does it as well. I'm actually gonna make these a little smaller. They're a bit more adorable. But you know, not even just like considering like posting it about it or whatever like that. I might just do it and just have fun with it. Oh, okay, Sid, perfect. I'm so glad you were here to talk about it, because it's very easy for me to say, like, oh, I'm just going to go to blank and park, right? Or and camp out. But it's probably going to be like a, I don't know. Like, I don't know of any, like, I'm feeling like more western states might be better to go camping in. But, like, I can see, like, even Maine. I don't even know if I want to drive that. I mean, I'm not going to drive for a day just to go camping. It would be like, what's going on in town? And then I go to a campsite at night or something like that, in theory. But that's creepy. Actually, we could do a little highlight like that. But yeah, I'm all for the idea already. Like, that wasn't the hard part to want to do that. But it will be interesting to see which ones are more easy to do it in. So, like, I can see like Colorado having a lot of open ones. It'll definitely be like a trip to find like an actual, what's the term I want to use, like a nice tent and all that. Not that I need anything massive, but something that'll stand up to like wind and all that. But yeah, this is really something really exciting that I've actually been looking forward to just looking into in general. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, let's go with that. And then we'll just do like some generic like cutie marks or whatever you want to call it, right? I think we're in good space. I think we're in a good space with this one, so we'll keep pushing on with this. Alright, so we need like, we want to do like a blue-gray? Like it's like straight gray. Alright. And then we've got to build up from this color too with the brightening, so let's get in there. We'll go with a bigger brush this time because we have rounder shapes to get into. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I also want to do like outdoor, like, what is you want to get? So it'd probably just be like an overnight, but it would be like a day camp. You know, camp during the day, do some stuff there, go hiking or whatever. Bring everything with me. Like, I would bring some like very simple, even if it's just like prepackaged sandwiches or something like that. But I would like to do like a meal made over like a small fire or something like that. Even if it's just like eggs and bacon or something like that in the morning. It'd be pretty cool. But there are other, the idea would be eventually that like I get to a point where I can go camping in other parts of the state or other states, depending on whether or not I stick around in this state itself. I don't know that Wisconsin has a ton of great outdoor camping. I mean, I say that, but I just haven't looked. So in my head, I have a different image because I want to get out of the state more frequently. I've been here all my life. I've only gone on vacations, really on family vacations when I was a kid, to other states. But it would probably be like, I mean, optimally, maybe I take off like early. I put in some overtime on one day and I leave early on a Friday, and then I drive there to get there drive overnight. I mean, yeah, so Wisconsin is a great camping site, but like again, like the idea being is that like this is also an excuse for me to get out to other states I haven't been to. And maybe I do make like an extended thing of it. Maybe I like I do the thing where I get a flight to Seattle or Utah or something like that, and it's a cheap flight like on a Thursday night or like midnight, and I get there at like 5 or 6 in the morning or whatever the hell. And I'm in Illinois, and we have 2 or 3 places I go to skip us. Oh, skip Illinois. Okay. So yeah, I mean Illinois, I see basically as extended Wisconsin. Not obviously you might see Wisconsin as extended Illinois. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. But I would like a change in scenery, like a legitimate change in scenery. So I think going a bit more west would be better. I could not complete color balance command because active. Okay, that's weird. Well, that's why brush. What is going on right now? There we go. But this is just something I was like spitballing because during the drive, you like Wisconsin more? I mean, you don't have to give up any more information than you're comfortable, but is it just like a scenery thing? I would say there's probably, well, I'm more familiar with like the bigger parts of Illinois in terms of Chicago, Schaumburg, and stuff like that. And I wouldn't say there's a ton different. So I'm curious as to what like you might find more appealing. Not that I hate Wisconsin by any means. There's definitely some great seasons here. Like it's just becoming like the it's all green everywhere now, and it's awesome. I would say Minnesota has some great hills, and like we do too. But driving around, I would say heading west from here towards Minneapolis, there's some great like cut through hills and stuff like that. And there was actually one that was it's about halfway between here and Minneapolis, and it's got this just little town, and I think it's near an army base, and there's just like a huge hill, and it literally looked like a mini mountain. It was so cool. Scenery, the places, the people are definitely nicer. Oh, I suppose. I would say Schaumburg feels a bit more like Wisconsin. I mean, again, it's not very far, right? It's only about an hour away. Cities are cleaner. I mean, I haven't been to Chicago recently, but like I know that it's not a super clean city. I won't say that was man, how long has it been? We've been almost on an hour, and I've only gotten 1.5 done. But I would say I've probably seen Chicago in a better light, maybe in different areas. And then I've been through basically the entirety of downtown Milwaukee, which is different than just Milwaukee, right? All those places that say they're like, oh, we're Milwaukee adjacent. Oh, we're like Chicago adjacent. And you're like, all right, come on, this is like 10 miles away now. But yeah, Milwaukee proper, the downtown area, depending on where you go, I would say it's pretty clean and pretty nice. I can't say that I have seen terrible parts of Chicago, but there's definitely parts that stand out, right? Let's get a little bit of an eye shine here. We'll do one there. It's on top like that. Out of the way like that. Oh, look at them. H side, okay. That's the color layer, so we're gonna have to put this on top. Boom. Oh yeah, I'm an hour from Chicago, and we're like south suburb. Yeah, that's what is it called? Just homeowning in general. That's the whole homeowning district. Actually, you know what? I just came up with a better idea for how we want to do the ears. And this yellow has to change. It has to change too. I think we'll just adjust the yellow and then we'll call it there because I don't want to have to completely start over. We're gonna make this like a more gold orange. Drop the saturation. Brightness up though. Brightness up. Saturation down. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I will compromise by doing that instead of redrawing the ears. Pro tip. But back to camping, sure. The further west, the more you have to worry about forest fires. Yeah, so many won't let you have on the site. Gotcha. That wouldn't be too bad either. I mentioned Seattle because there's one that I actually watched. So the guys from Aquarium Co-op, who I've mentioned before, Jimmy Gimbel, I can't remember his last name, but Jimmy, the cameraman, basically from Aquarium Co-op, the YouTube channel, and his buddy, who is also another part of Aquarium Co-op, like tangentially, is Steen, or Big Steenfot, or Bob Steenfot. They go camping on a regular basis, and it's really fun to watch them do stuff because they'll like go get mussels right out of the water and stuff, and cook them up, catch fish, and collect aquarium wood and stuff like that, which I find really cool. And seeing what they end up doing is a lot of fun. So naturally appealing, right? I can do that. No. Maybe. Big maybe. Big. Let's try that again. So we've got brighter spots here. Go too far with this, but yeah, that totally makes sense too. I get that idea. Like I didn't even think of that as like a thing to be aware of, which is that like, oh, they might just not let you have a fire. Yeah, that just further justifies like the bring like a pre-made food situation. Don't rely on camping out in terms of like just being fires and everything too. That being said, I did go to a wedding once in Ohio, and they had the best view of the galaxy that I have seen personally ever. It was great. There was very little like city light, and man, just seeing that like the rim, you can see the Milky Way, like almost like too clear. It's almost like horrifying if you're not used to seeing that kind of thing. You're just like, wow, we are fucking tiny on this thing. It's awesome. That's a little bit better. Shine. Shine there, a little shine here. I like that. This maybe. Yeah, soon. Maybe one day I'll show up here and I'll be like, guess what, guys? I went on a vacation. I got some cool pictures to show. Hopefully by that point I'll have a DSLR, which is going to be a real nightmare to find the one I want because I also want to use it for streaming for a camera. And unless I want to drop like $700 right now, which I do not want to do, I will have to keep looking because used ones are far between, like few and far between. And then I have to remind myself, oh yeah, you should really check if it has software or the clean HDMI output kind of stuff. It's been a bit of a trick to find the right ones. I'm also gonna go back to this layer and do the eyeballs, which I forgot to do. Like a dark orange red. I'm gonna tip the scales a little bit more red though. That really. I feel like this one's a lot better in terms of like what I've normally been drawing. I feel like this one's got a bit more. What's the word I want to use? Fulfillment in like the design, I would say, and the style itself. Like I really like how this came together with this art style. I think we're gonna keep using this style. I'm gonna do a little bit more shading here, so I'm gonna go in here with this, that up, that up a little bit. That's a little too much. Just brush it down a little bit. The areas that are supposed to be dark a little bit. I don't want to mess it up too much, though. I think I might be ruining it a little bit. So yeah, what other this and the last have been very close to Pokemon's original sound. See, that's exactly what I'm going for. So if you look at this, and I'll give it away because we already gave it away, but the way that they you see my mouse in there? No, okay. But on Umbreon, there's very defined lines, but there's also like that kind of gradual, like multi-layered edge, and it's not a soft gradient. It's like little steps that are very close together. And this brush does a pretty good job of imitating that, and I like it. Problem is, you can't have too dark, otherwise it jumps right down, so we gotta go to, like, dark gray. Actually, was another question I was gonna ask you is, like, what has been your favorite state to camp in? If it's something you do on the regular. So it might influence where I go first. Big brush size at least. Too small of an area to shade like that. Colorado. That's kind of what I was thinking. I feel like that would be a great place to not start, but shoot for. Like I would probably want to get to that place eventually, before too long. There's actually a friend of mine who does it on a regular basis because she goes to a lot of film festivals, and naturally that just kind of provides a good opportunity for her to be out in the sun a lot more often than I am. So seeing her go out and see some cool stuff, take great pictures and all that kind of stuff has been really fun for me to get excited for this kind of thing. Also, I think it'll be good mentally, just to like get out of the house more often. I've been stuck inside a lot. It's one of the reasons why I actually started streaming, because I was going to be inside a lot, and not just because of the pandemic and everything like that. I thought pandemic was like a good reason to kind of like get it going. The advent of things like Phasmophobia, it was a good time to get into it. This one looks really good. I actually really like how this one's looking, chat. I like him. It's super cute. People and places are very alike. I kind of get that vibe from Colorado. Alright, so we have now... What are we going to call this one? Clefumbrian? One second, how are we going to spell this? C-L-E-F Umbrian. Or we could call it Clefrion. Clefion. We'll call it Clefion. C-O-N. Okay. Let's get another capture of this one. Up. Yep. Okay. And then we'll toss it on the top layer. Bingo. Bango. Close that up. Okay, so that's 2. Double click. Alright. Number 3. Oop. Alright, we got the window closed this time? Okay. Right, let's have actual, genuine, I guess that Pokemon style here. Hmm. No. Alright, this one we can do. We can have a little fun with the style too. Okay. So let's go back to our Doodle brush. And we'll shrink her down. The blue. Actually, go back to black first. Swap it back. Cool. Alright. Get your Gen 2 image lists out, I guess. I'm going to try and do this one in a bit more of an interesting fashion. I might do like an over the shoulder kind of look with this one. I think we'll just go with like the generic version of it. Well, not the generic version, but the easier to interpret version of this. Okay, not very apparent yet, right? Guess I'll call it a hat. Call it. Oh, this one's a real jam, Chad. Is the music coming through pretty well? Looks like it's about half my volume on my voice. You can hear me, right? I mean, I'm guessing it's going okay. Let's go with the spikes on the side instead of on the top. Got those pointy hands. Got a little jaw. Got an upturned nose kind of snout thing going on. Actually, what we could do is have the hat thing kind of coming up over the eye. A little bit. I'm gonna have to reshuffle how this is like laid out because it's not very apparent right now. Got the jaw right there. It's hard to tell if this one's smiling or not, but we'll get there. I think I'll do like one spike top. Two spikes in the back. And then we've got this. That way? Yeah. Trying to get the body right in my head. Just the shape, you know? I think we're good. Yeah, that was good. Okay. Sorry, Zoni. No, not a problem. Not a problem. It's probably late where you are. I mean, it's late where I am. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. So I understand completely. Don't apologize for not being what's the word I'm gonna use? Like snappy in your brain, because I mean that's kind of where I'm at too, honestly. Come on now. Nice and easy. There we go. Swoop around here. Kind of give in like a baseline there. Jawline. I have to draw the jawline separate because the shoulder's going to get in the way first. I'm already liking how this is turning out. which is a great sign because we don't even have most of the art style done yet. When we get into colors. Oh shit, well, I'll make sure we can do this. Spike. Here for the same shape. I might have it too sharp. So I can shrink it down a little bit. This. Down there. Okay. You're a bit more shrunky. Good. I'm fine. Got a cheek thing going on here, and then a lip. Back. And it is separate, so I'm going to go like that. There we go. Beautiful. We're gonna have to get creative with how the pattern on the body looks. Tail, foot, scale. Yeah, that was good. Other side. Actually, we'll get the tail in first, and then we'll do the other hip or whatever you want to call it. That foot's way up there. Spine here, good. Looking good already. I feel like a shorter arm is good. I like it better than the long arm on the original art here. So, do I want to do this as a detail line, or do I want to do it? I like this. I want to do like, oh, here we go. We do like paint splats. He's maybe involved in some sort of paint situation. Very interesting. How would you say that, Snorkulese? Well, I wonder. Related to one of the two Pokemon that are part of this design. Let's do that, and then we'll kind of put it off there. There we go. I think that's everything. Oh, tail. Got the tail. That. Oh, look at that. That. How many times can I say that? No? There we go. That's everything, right? Looks like it. I think we can mix that up, actually. We'll start with the body, which is like a light, actually it's like the brush side, or the other color I tend to use to sketch out. Won't that be confusing? Sorry, I almost bumped the mic. touch up the edges here that kind of stick out. It always ends up being a little bit blocky when you hit it with the brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to get inside the line here so that when I fill it, the paint bucket is what I meant, not the brush. So I end up hitting it twice and then it's that like jagged edge, which I don't want. I want that. Here we are. I don't know if you guys have like YouTube channels that you're a big fan of that wish were more productive. I don't want to say productive, but like they have more stuff going out to their channel more often. One of yours is mine. Haha, that's very sweet of you. But I have to update that actually now I think about it because we're finally catching up. I think we're actually only about a couple weeks behind now in terms of my stuff on my YouTube dump or my Twitch dump. Which I think I'll make a thing of doing like on Sunday. Like I'll just do like the last couple days or something like that, or as I remember to do it too. It's not super critical. It's more of like a backup than anything. I don't really add any more editing to it or anything like that. I just literally dump it from Twitch to YouTube. So, but what I was getting at actually is there's a couple YouTube channels that I wish would put out videos more often. That is Red Letter Media. No surprise to anybody. Everybody's, it's like their YouTube channel. It's like YouTube, people on YouTube who do YouTube. Apparently they love that channel as well. Despite a lot of the frequent criticism of them apparently. But yeah, Red Letter Media, I would love to see more from them more often. And then you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, they put out like 2 videos a week at some point, or maybe even just 1, but man, it's so good. So good. All right, accent colors. Let's see. We've got like a, I guess it's like a tan. Well, actually, we want to do the tan. That's right. We want to do like a smock color. This might actually be perfect. This. Yeah, perfect actually. Like gray brown or something. This lined up really well, actually, because the middle evolution of this Pokemon, I'll give you that clue, it's a middle evolution, has like something like a, I'll say like a piece of clothing, but it's like a implied, like a pattern, like a piece of clothing. And kind of lined up with this other one that I'm fusing it with pretty easily. With enough imagination, right, Chad? Just enough imagination, you too blend 2 things that were never meant to be the one Pokemon. That in. Kinda. Alright. Other colors, we need like a red for these spikes, but it's not just any red, right? It's like a low saturation, red, purple kind of thing. We'll go with that. That's not that low saturated, no, is it? That's good. That's real good, actually. Almost right on the money, I'd say. Okay, put a spike here. Well, and we've got this one here too, so I'm gonna actually put it on the first side of that. So at some point in the near future, I'm gonna be doing a Planet Zoo again. I mentioned that last stream because I was just so enthused with how much I was enjoying going to zoos. Like, it's not that I went to like one every day or anything like that. Not that that would be, well, that'd be a dream though. But went to Indiana, came back, talked about that zoo. Went to Minnesota, came back, talked about that zoo, and it was all within the span of a month. And It's been fun. It's been really fun seeing the differences and the things I like about each one versus the other. But yeah, Planet Zoo, soon. We'll get back to it. Actually, really looking forward to that. Do white here because it's just a white middle on the eye. We also need, oh shit, I did that backwards. Supposed to be white, and then the sclera, actually like the iris is white, that red color or whatever. It has that little white spot like right there. Okay. Twofer. Anything else? That's it, right? Get the color or whatever we want to call it on the tail. What color do we want to go with? We'll just go with green, like the original one has. Give it like a little. Actually, what we can do is I'll do that with the other brush. So we'll go in here and we'll give them some other colors. So we'll do like an orange. Do a purple, why not? And we'll do a... we've got blue on him already, so I think we'll do yellow. I guess we do red, right? No reason not to. Trying to lean away from the colors that were already on him, but we already looped around the color wheel. So, oh shit, no, I ruined it. All right. Oh shit, his chin is a different color. As well as... Oh, that's it, okay. We'll just do that. We'll do it like a muted yellow. That looks about right. I think actually we'll make the top of this head that same smock color, because otherwise it looks kind of tumorous, which is not great. That. Right there. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to use. It's still in the pot. Look at this bead. Fill this in quickly because I want to get to the shading. That's the most fun part. I'm also not trying to rush through this, but like my head is fucking pounding. I didn't want to say it earlier, but yeah, I have to call the night after we're done with the art part of this because my brain is gonna fucking explode out of my head. Okay, so I'm gonna switch here to the on shading, and we're going to do that on the tail. We're going to do green like the original had. Just going to kind of that. It's saturated, and then we'll kind of just come down like that. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, cool. Next, shading. Everybody's favorite, right? Oh, I love a good shade. Love a good shade. Really hard D on that. Let's see. Let's start with a gray, I guess, like a medium. Do blue. What is it? Overlay. Gotcha. Okay. Actually, we want to go bright. That's right. I'm sorry. Let's try. That. Here. Nosy nose. I'm not a big fan of how this looks like that, so. Like that highlighter, like almost kind of thing happening here. Not a big fan of that. Here with this brush, I'm gonna work up to the other shade. Get the hair, I guess, the proper coloring. This one is one of the more obscure Pokemon I haven't seen in a long time. Not surprised nobody's guessed it yet. But, let's do that actually. So I like, yeah, whoops. Do it again. There we go. Tips here on the brush. I like that a little bit. I think I actually find a better result as you like cross over on both ends here. Like, so if I go over like that, I think I like the edge of that more than I like just the one I get from going over it myself, because it adds more gradient. I think this one's not the best example of this method I want to use, but I still like how it turned out. The concept, at least. It's like an art smock or like an art teacher Pokemon, but it's Smeargle and Crocodile. And that like caveman like shawl thing that he's got works perfect with this. So I think this one works out pretty damn good. Go ahead and cut him out of the browser and save that to the PDF on my phone. Save this one PDF online. Better than a Word document. Yeah, there we go. There's our man. Next one up. Number 4. Let's see here. Disable that before I do the next one here so you can guess along with what I'm drawing. We'll go back to black and blue. Sorry, one second. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. We're gonna hit the magic button 3 times at least. Sure. So we get another winner right off the bat. Sure? Sure. It helps because we've not done any of these yet. And actually I'm gonna do that a little bit lower at this point. But having the brand new opportunity to use new Pokemon entirely, the real asset for this setup. I'm sure we'll get the occasional overlap again, or like a hard to do ones, but then we can get back into that like style we were doing before, where it was more interpretive and not just overlapping of just like oh, it's Pikachu's ears on a Gengar, haha. No, we're gonna do something a bit more abstract with it, I think, eventually. Not before too long, too. See what we'll do here. So like this. Like here. Now, just like a little cozy coating on it. Cozy thing. That. how these toes are actually sticking up out of it. I think what we'll do is we'll do a big toe on the end of it. Like that. Otherwise, it just looks weird sitting up all the time. So if we give it like a 2-scale toe, I think it'll look better. End result. One back here. It's big. I was mentioning it too, like the vacation camping or something like that over a long weekend or whatever. I think it'll be fun to go near water, so I can either do fishing and like catch food and like camp cook. I think that'll be fun. So maybe I could do one on like Michigan or something like that. Maybe there's like a nice beach up there, or like the Door County area. Let's see, how can we reinterpret this one for electric? Do like the ears and different like weird hole things here instead of it on its head. I don't want to do that. I would rather interpret it in a more funny way. So we have this like shining gem thing right on its head. And then get these stripes in there somehow. So maybe we can just get the stripes like that. Put one on each of the legs or something. That. We kind of just like have it like be. I want it to be perfect, like it's like an exact example. This is one of the weirder evolutions too. This oh. Door County is one of the places of my dreams. Either way, thank you for hanging out again, bud. Very much. Door County would be another one. Also, if you have not seen Joe Pera, he's a legend in the comedy scene right now, for me at least. He's very unique, very slow but funny kind of method. But he's from... He's a Michigan-style character, I'll say, and it's great. So, if you like Michigan, enjoy. He's great. I think what we're doing is we're just going to go ahead and put the ears on here. Thank you very much again for subscribing. I'll see you again, bud, before too long. And have a good night. Have a good day at work tomorrow, I guess. Bye. I think it's better that it just doesn't have a face on it. It just has like these like goofy eyes. I'll just go in here with the paintbrushing. Sort this guy out. Make it look bigger. Start with the head. Maybe we're gonna start with the body. Yeah, we'll start with the head. The orb thing first, but circles digitally. Pain in the ass, right? Oh my God. Stop it. Come on. That's pretty close. We'll go with it. I know it's been like a half an hour just drawing an orb. I kind of do, but I really shouldn't. This here. Here. Damn it. Come a little closer to this one. I think I gave it too much dimension. Width. There we go. Okay. That looks good. Alright, so we got one of those done. I think it's better that we actually just do the circle things first. Out of the way. Nope. I picked a Pokemon with a lot of... Oh, no. Stop it. Thank you. Oh, that was nice. Gotta say. Hashtag oddly satisfied. I might clip that, actually. That'd be funny. Just have like a little... Like a 10-second clip on my my TikTok and just be like... Oh my god. One time I got a perfect circle. In this case, it's obviously an oval, but you get what I mean. Let's get this sorted out here. Good enough. That's not. Because I'm looking at it on the actual like Pokemon now, and it's like just part of the foot. It's not like a. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a nail. It's more of just like the edge. These are my best words today. It's like it's that weird kind of like toenail for Pokemon where it's not like an actual toenail, like a nail sticking out of like a nub, but it's like the tip of the foot was dipped in like a nail substance, I guess is the only way to describe it, which is really gross. Let's do that. I can't quite see the overall shape here just right. Any chance to get to break up this edge, I will take it, because drawing that stuff can be really annoying. Like a longer curved edge. I'll take a break any day. We got looks like stuff here. It's actually just like this one. Nice. That. That's good. Round that out. Oh, maybe not. There we go. That. It's all coming up Millhouse this stream. These edges are working out just nice. Neat. Okay. More like that. Perfect. This weird, like, there we go. Because I'm getting this weird, like, lip edge on some of the things I've been drawing here, and it's been really frustrating. I'm just curious. The nail specifically. So I'm drawing like this, and like for some reason I get this like weird lip there, like a shoe bill. Get out of here with that. No room for you. You know what? If I had my feet to the fire on this one, I could not guess the first Pokemon, what it would be. Sorry, the type. I only just barely know the actual Pokemon itself. But I think the second one is electric type. If I can allow myself one clue to you guys. Give myself a little bit more of a leeway with this. Oh, no, no, no. Here we go. These are black bands. Looks like electric tape on the neck. That's how I think of it. For some reason, I always like think of like a DIY like theme. I don't know how else to describe it, but like obviously it's just like a stripe on a Pokemon, but like it's an electric type, and it's like, oh, it's like it has electric tape on it for some reason. That's why my brain goes to with these black stripes on it. I think it's just because I think of like Gen 1 with like a Magnemite and stuff like that, where it's literally just made of metal and magnets. Like, oh, this one went out and got some black tape and just went a little goth. It's cool. And here's whatever we were going to call these. Alright, so I guess like E3 news. I'm a little disappointed overall, I guess, with just like the I mean, it's been a rough year, right? So I'm not like fuck E3, it's garbage, but like I don't know that I'm really like very excited for anything. I'm very happy that there is a new Metroid, but that excitement is also tempered by what they showed of it. Again, I'm very happy to have a new Metroid, and the trailer is mostly what I have a problem with, because like once they showed actual gameplay, and I'm glad they did, it was much better. But man, those trailers and those enemies, those designs were kind of terrible. Those like weird like invincible robots or whatever. Because they literally just did like a white one and then they just did color swaps, and it looks really bad. I hope they end up changing them in some ways. Because man, they just look not great. But Samus's actual new suit looks super cool. And I wouldn't mind getting. Apparently, they're putting out a new. I don't even know what their plan is with. What is it? The amiibos. Like, I guess they do a little bit more integration now. I mean, I can't say I remember the last time I used it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, amiibo. But I'll still get them. They're still good. Like, right? You know, they're good figurines. Shelf filler. $10. I still gotta get a Squirtle, actually. That's right. Keep forgetting about that. Alright. So let's go ahead and filler. This looks like something out of like a 90s like kids cartoon or something. That maybe had like a Unreal Monsters, that's what it was. Has that kind of feel to it. We'll do like a little bit more of it like an orange yellow. A little bit more orange. Right there. How do you feel about that? Looks good. Okay, now we get the brush nice and big. A lot of round features on this guy. Oops. Doot doot. Okay. Zoom out. There. Color no lines, doofus. I know, I heard you. It looks like I'm dipping this character in honey or something. Who knows? Maybe he's a honey fiend. I didn't really think of the color scheme for this one, actually. We have to think about what we're going to do for the body, because it's contrasting colors. By that I mean, I guess not contrasting, but one Pokemon's color scheme is not necessarily going to overlap with the other. Let's see here in a second. stay in those lanes. You can go to 3 weeks of voluntary art classes at the Art Institute of Chicago for nothing. That was so long ago. I'm trying to think when that actually was, like what year it was. I guess it would have been like 2005 or late 2004. I did some art classes at the Art Institute of Chicago. Art Institute at the the Museum of Chicago, I think is what it was called. It was expensive as shit. It was either that, it was either get a car, or go on this 3-week, I guess, like summer vacation kind of thing, where basically was living with a friend of mine at their family's like house that was like within like I think like 45-minute like train ride. Every morning we'd have to get up, get on the train. Not an insignificant task. It was fun. And I learned a lot there too. Like you can do a lot by going to like just somewhere near you where they teach art classes and stuff like that, but going to like a big city where there's like a lot of art being done around you at any given moment, whether legally or illegally, you know, there's a gravitas to it, and it gives it a whole different mood. I'll never forget it. And those teachers too. I wish I kept in touch with them, but I was a different person back then. I mean, not a whole lot different. Yeah, maybe I was the same person. But no, they were great. Let's see if I can dredge up pictures of the stuff I did there, but not a whole lot of it was worthy, because I quickly learned that, like, much like when someone who's who thinks he's good at Halo goes to like or like any sort of shooter or whatever, like it goes to like a regional. This is a thing back in my day when I was like, oh yeah, we didn't have online, so we have to, you know, we'd have like tournaments for every state or every city or whatever like that, right? You go and you're like, oh, I'm hot shit, and then you very quickly learn, I am not hot shit. I am week old, gross, been sitting there for a month, like white dog shit when it comes to playing this video game. Great mental image. Let's move on. I think actually we can pull off the red that is going to be in the second part of the character, so let's go ahead and do that. Do like a dark red, and then we'll lighten it up. Let's go ahead and take a brush out. Brush. Yep. Too dark. Let's go one shade up at least. Great. And then we're going to go ahead and use, let's do the same color. I'm curious of what anybody who might be watching, what their highlight for E3 was. I'm very excited to see more. I didn't see the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, but naturally I'm very excited. I'd rather actually see less and less for it. I did see like the apparent Twilight stuff that's going to be integrated into it, but I am kind of waiting for more of a digested look of it, because as much as I enjoy trailers, I like talking about them more, and as you know, it's been trickier and trickier, or less so now, I guess, to actually hang out with people in person. Very conflicting schedules with a lot of my friends, so it's been like a lot of Discord, like sentence, and not actually talking. So I'll be checking in on other podcasts to see what they've been talking about and what they think about certain things. A couple of my friends have actually been going back and forth about what I said earlier about Metroid, the art style not looking so great. Obviously, Metroid looks great. The Metroid girl, no, Samus's outfit, or her Sunday best, was just looking so great on that E3 highlight. But I really like her new suit. It looks really cool. What else was there that I was looking forward to? I don't really pay much attention to Smash. I'm interested to see what's going on with, I think his name is Kazuya from Tekken. Daihachi's son or whatever. I honestly wish if they're gonna bring him in, they should bring Yoshimitsu as well. Yoshimitsu's the shit. Alright, whoops. Take her easy. Okay. How are we doing? Good? Fill in? Boom. Great. I do want to touch up this because it looks a little bit shit, as the Brits would say. Okay. These lines aren't great either. That's better. Even just that little trim up there looks good. Okay. Out. And I think we're good to go. Let's chunk. Don't bother me. Okay. Alright. Next color we want to use, I guess, is the light colored tan. Fill that in. Bit more yellow. Oops. What did I do? I did something. Oh, eraser. No, brush. There we go. Alright. So after this, we're going to finish this one up pretty quick, and then we got 2 more. Sweet time on this one. There's a lot of detail. Well, no, I don't want to say a lot of detail, but like the spheres took a while, or these bumps, or whatever you want to call them. Funny too is like the base Pokemon. This one's actually based off of the first one, like the. I don't even know how to like quantify this because like in the original Pokemon Fusion website, it would be the first one's body, the name, and then it would be combined with the second one. But with the base of the second one. With this one, it's a bit trickier to well, I'm taking my liberty of say priority, but like. The way this is combined, I'm just doing on the fly, and I think it's just funny because like the one of them has this like natural face of just like confusion and like standoffishness. I think combining that with the other one is actually really good because it's just like, oh well, this is me, this is my new life, I guess. Here I am. Beautiful. I gotta say one thing about streaming that's actually done really well for me, something that I appreciate about it, is that it really slows down the week. In terms of, normally if I wasn't streaming, I remember beforehand, weeks would just go by, like they would just fly, right? It'd be like, what am I doing this weekend? I'm not at the weekend yet, so I'm just gonna kind of forget about what's going on, and then we're just gonna basically zoom through the weekend or the week, not do much on the weeknights, go to bed early, wake up, blah 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 blah, and then nothing really goes on during the week, right? But this has been really fun to kind of like break up those days when I'm just like nothing's really going on, I don't really care, just get through it. Whereas this, good time finding ways to yeah, fill time. Look at that. I feel like this part of the head should have been more rounded out, but I think I like how it looks. It looks like a sock puppet, which I appreciate. Okay, it's shading time. Let's make it happen. Boop. Let's do actually on the red layer. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do a little spot of. Let's straight up red. We can do that in the shading then. I'll use the brush that we use for our new shading technique. Man. Go. Right. Boom. Alright, let's get to shading then. I guess I didn't really need to do that separate layer, but whatever. That'll be our little secret, chat. Overlay. Boom. Bagoosh. Pull that brush up a little bit. Oh shit, I gotta do the fucking toenails. God damn it. God. Let's just do the same color as we did with the shell segments here. Real quick. Fix these edges up here with this overlap from the outside with the fill brush or the paint bucket I did. No. That up. I suppose one thing I just screwed that up. One thing I could be doing on Twitter actually is using more hashtags to get more SEO. I guess is something I never really thought about, but probably works there as well as it does anywhere else for anything else you want to use on, right? All right, it's shading time. Boom. Overlay. Yes. Let's get that cool brush we made. Boom. Nice. Let's make it bigger, and we'll do like a little bit of it. So, go. This really should be on top. I was going to do the black layer, but go over the stuff. Really want to. Here and some layering kind of things going on. Go. Go back in here with the darker gray. Complement the other side of things here. Color. Here. Okay. And we'll do another bright brush here. Get those super bright highlights up yet. I think we might even be better off just not even doing the this. We want those neck areas to brighten up. Might have to do an overlay or something like that so the other layers don't get too brightened up. Oh, splash of white there. Not there though. Gotta be careful because this is going to overwrite the actual black outline. So maybe we'll just do it like a select delete kind of thing. I think it's actually adds like a nice highlight. That looks really good. I'm really surprised at how well this design brush looks. This kind of like highlight stuff going on here. It's too bright, so we gotta do a little less here. Can we get it all? Can we get it all? Yeah, okay. So if we just do lighten. What do we do normal? So normal and lighten. I don't think lighten's really going to change much. Yeah, it's not much. Let's do that normal. And then we'll do we'll select, and then we'll do a be a bit more indiscriminate with our brush. Oh, we gotta do the inverse. Like that. Control I. There we go. Do that. No. We gotta do a different layer. Hey. God. Okay. Hi again. What I'll do is I'll come back in here with the black out brush and kind of just mute it a little bit. A little too scratchy, but I do like the highlighting that it offers. That looks good. All right, we'll stop there because otherwise we're going to hit it like 1,000 times and it's going to lose what we like about it. So this is Shuckle and Ampharos. So we are going to call it Shuckaros. Shuckaros. We will pull in top layer here. Come on. Go. Reference. All right, two more. Let's get it going. And then what's this one? Shall I? Did we come up with a name for this guy? I don't think we did. Smeargle and Croconaw. So Smirnoff. I think that probably works best. Smirnoff. There we go. And a new layer. All right. Next up. Oh man, oh man, just in time. So let's go over this again. I developed a whole new art style for these again. Third time's the charm, right? Or seventh time or whatever. So we got this guy, right? This one's probably not the best example of it, but it is a good one regardless, right? So that's a what is it again? Actually, we could probably just bring it up here. So how you been, regardless? I know, right? Pokemon Snap, right? That's a dad joke. But yeah, Murkrow and Piloswine makes a Murswine. Look at that dude. We have this one. Oh, isn't he cute? It's Clefable and Umbreon. I really like how that one turned out. The second attempt on this one was really cool. Yeah, that one's really good. I like that one. This one's Smirnoff, so it's This one's not as good as a reference for like how this works out, but I still think it's a cool idea. But it's a Smeargle and a Croconaw. He's got like a art smock on. That's the word I was looking for, smock. And then we've got this guy, which is a Shuckle and an Ampharos, and we call them a Shuckaros. Yeah, this art style I developed, it's this new paintbrush basically is what does it. But it thanks a lot. I think it's the brush. I think the brush gives it a whole new life, and I think I need to make the lines a little thinner. So this next one, we'll try and do just that. We'll make the lines a little thinner for the art itself. Yeah, welcome. How you been? Happy Wednesday? Wednesday? Whatever you want to call it. How you been? Anything new going on for you? I have school? No. Not school. No, school's important, right? Let's try to get some really good combos here. It's a little too easy. I have to get really creative with some of these, I guess. Okay, but I have exams and stuff. Yeah, okay. Exams. I mean, they're exams, right? Oh, here we go. This will be a fun combo. These are two Pokemon that I actually got really excited for when Gen 2 came out. So, by the way, this is all Gen 2, but so like, okay, exams, right? Did you or did you not prepare? Is this like I've been putting it off and now I'm cramming, or is this like you actually had the time? I actually have. Very good. And just for that, where is it? And just for that, I'll celebrate for you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, explosions, yeah. Awesome. Great. Sorry. But I have a bunch. Okay, you have a bunch of stuff to do, and you'll probably fail. Yeah. Don't think like that, man. These are usually easier than you think. I know that every time I went into a test as a kid, hell, even like college, usually I was overthinking a lot of the questions, or like, yeah, I'll do it again. Hell, why not? Boom. 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 But yeah, don't overthink. Apply yourself. Don't like speed read. I mean, it's obviously timed, I'm guessing too, but like, your life is not going to be completely dictated by these questions, right? They'll either like show you what you actually know, or it'll like get you into a new state of mind to actually carry on learning. Always okay. Very, very careful on that. I have that same problem. I do this all the time where I'll think I read something properly, and I've gotten into the habit now of reading sentences twice every fucking time. It's not an official game, but for predicted. Okay, so I mean it's good, right? It's a practice exam, which is, I mean, perfect, right? These kinds of things are, I mean, they kind of do dictate your life, right? I don't want to say that they don't. Like, I don't want to get you in the wrong mindset. It's like, oh, it's just, it's just a thing that, you ultimately are going to be better for it, but it's not all that important. It is important, right? But it's hard being inspiring, right? Take it seriously. Study hard. Be the good student, but remember that your life isn't over if you get a lower grade than you thought. I need 2 BS and AC. I need 2 Bs and C to go where I want to. Oh, there you go. That's not. I mean, I don't want to say that's not hard, but like, do you mean final grades or do you mean for the exam? Oh shit. Sorry. Yeah. So I do have these things going on. I have. Okay. Fuck. I thought I expanded these too. Yeah. I mean, bruh, right back at you, because apparently you just went ham on caps protection, which I'm gonna look at now. Maximum amount 30. What is it? 50? Is it 100? Max is 100. All right, I will do 75 for you. Minimum characters will be 40. So, okay. So I've updated for you, man. Okay. I've updated it for you. It's an absolute rubbish. I can't do all caps and do a paragraph. Oh, fuck. No. We gotta tone it down at some point, right? Can't all be explosions and caps locks. Yeah, not to be a damper, but it has been abused in the past, so I had to actually turn it on. So sorry that you got caught up in that. Also. Whoop. Can you do a Togepi and a Squirtle? I feel like it would be adorable, and I will. I already have a way that I think that'll work out. Yes, I think I will. Whether or not you're here for it, I will do that one next. Togepi and Squirtle next. I'll write that over here. I'll write it in the next one. We'll do another layer. Oops. There we go. Togepi. Squirt. Okay, that'll be our next one. You got it. So you up late studying? Are you off to? Are you going to be off to like going actually to do your exams here in a little bit? Is that what's going on? Oh, you've been staying up a lot. Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. Short tail. But like, I was doing 4 and dropped 3, so maybe it's easier from now. Oh, subject. Okay. Yeah. I think I was doing... Well, I had 3 classes, and it was like 1 class every other day, basically. I also had to drive in to do them. Like, I don't know how far away you are from campus, or if you're doing remote or whatever. But when I was going to college, I had to drive in basically every day. Well, every day that I had class, right? And it was a pain in the ass because it was at least 45 minutes away until we moved closer. I didn't move out until I was like later 20s. But not that that should be in any way like something that someone's like ashamed of, because like, I mean, you gotta live your life, right? That means living at home for a little bit longer. This economy kind of sucks right now for people who want to be individuals and like do a bunch of stuff at once, right? So I guess don't be too turned off by taking advantage of your parents' love and affection, I guess. Meatloaf. Fuck. Might be the best example of that, actually. So yeah, I don't want to rush through this one, but I do want to get to the Togepi one quicker because I do like that idea that I came up with. Again, not complicated, but just cute as shit. So we'll do that. Let's get I do want to play Monster Hunter tonight, but like, I'm just too worn out that I won't be able to do it. So we're gonna call it after this. We'll do 2 more. I think I'm going to have to move the uni I want to go to is 2.5 hours away. What are you talking about? I did say Meatloaf, yes. I think that, what is that a reference to? Where it's, what the hell's his name? Fuck, I have to look it up now. It's not, this isn't the movie I'm referencing, but it's a Dodgeball movie cast. Vince Vaughn. He's in a basement, and then he yells to his mom to bring him meatloaf, and I can't remember what the fuck movie it is. Oh, did he get incarcerated for something? He has a mugshot, and it is not appealing. It did, yes. I think it is Wedding Crashers. Or maybe it's... Live your best life, it's fun. You're a good actor. I actually liked him in movies. I'm not saying he's like an Academy Award winner or anything like that, but I like his style of acting, especially in Dodgeball. I think I have to leave for school. Yeah, now that I'm bringing up movies, I gotta get the hell out of here. No, I got you. Have a great day, and if you can, have a good day. I will be back probably on Friday. I can't guarantee that I'll be here tomorrow because it's been a hectic schedule. We're going to be swamped at work, but I will see you sooner than later. Again, any chance to hang out with you, it's great. Yeah, have a great day. Enjoy your classes, even if they are tough and like draining. They're not going to be here forever. You're going to look back and be like, "Oh, I wish I had spent more time enjoying classes, interacting with instructors and stuff." Right? It'll go away, and it won't come back. Like most things, right? So try to enjoy them while you can. All right. I will see you later then. Thank you very much for coming and stopping by and say hi. It's always good to see you. I'm gonna try a thinner line on this set, on this specific boy. Now, these are 2 Pokemon that I was really excited for when I was being introduced to Gen 2. And if you remember, in the trailer for Pokemon, I think it was Pokemon 2000, like basically the movie that introduced Gen 2, there was a fight scene at the beginning of the movie. And maybe one of these Pokemon was in it. Maybe. I won't be there. That, so it's not like imply that it's like hardcore lines or whatever, but I like the idea that it looks like it's like extruded from it, not sticking directly out of it. Maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. It's like it's artwork, but who knows? That. Zoom in a little bit more here and see this, but that's better. That's better. Okay. the word I want to use. So I'm almost drawing it like a illustrative way and not a creative way, because illustrated is like very hard edged. I want to say formulaic, but like looks too much like a diagram is what I mean, and not a creature. Give it a bit more of an organic edge. It doesn't stand out as a creature. Looking styles. That down there. Okay. Far away. There's the gap on that. Here. Really not great. Guy looks like it's like, yeah, my dad was that, and my mom was this. My life has not been easy. I'm gonna leave the toenails out, actually. And I was promising myself I wouldn't do tangents. Come on. I'm trying to imply that these are hands, but go with that. There we go. It's really weird because like my pollen allergy has been kicking up, and every now and again I get like this really intense like scent of flower, like around my allergy reaction. So every now and again I'm like, man, God, it's just like I have a ball of pollen kind of like stored up in my nose. It's really gross. Think about sitting in there. Ugh, not a fan. Just Stegosaurus kind of thing. Stegomorphs. That's actually kind of like a joke that might have gone over some people's heads for the TV show Dinosaurs, which is crazy, like thinking back on that actually being a show again, because it's all animated characters, or puppeted characters, so to speak, literally actually. But there was a character who was a Stegosaurus, and his name was Morris. Fucking legendary. No other reason than it just kind of rhymes. I guess we got the things on its back. Gotta get the belly. Alright. I think these hands could be better. Just gonna redo this part. these lines can be just literally lined up a little better. Come on. Okay. All right, let's get going. Let's throw those colors in there. So we'll do like a. We'll just do the other characters' colors. Do like a pale white blue. Start blue, go like that way, right there. Be careful with this one because there's a lot of edges in this one we're gonna lose. If we're not careful. Again, I don't want to spend 2 hours on this, but I did pick 2 characters with somewhat interesting profiles, so it might take just a minute here for me to fill these in. Of course, I missed out on this. It's fine. Not great, but fine. Oops. Oh no, I'm good. I thought I went to the same layer. Get these edges in here so I can start adding detail colors. Just like always. Be a good shading color too. It's like pale yellow or pale blue. I'm sorry. It's like an atmospheric blue, literal atmospheric blue. One thing I learned in art school, actually, when I mentioned earlier, the Art Institute of Chicago. School at the Art Institute of Chicago, I should say. That's what the title was. But yeah, they're just like, you're not really going to be able to get away with using black to shade. So don't get used to it. And it was a good thing too. Because one of the best things about art is learning how to imply color with different colors. And that sounds really weird, but like purple, brown, dark shades of even orange and green can be really good for shading other than just using straight black. Unless you're doing like pop art, which is a different thing. Man, there have been so many times where I'm just like, it looks like it's black there only because of the contrast, because of the color it's next to. And that goes for like light too. So like edge lighting, you see that like on the edge of somebody, it can be really good to use. Even just like stark shading too. If you're in like the Bahamas or something like that, like your shadow is most likely going to be like a blue, because the atmosphere of the light bouncing off the sand, off the trees. So don't always reach for black to shade. Be good for cartoon characters to give edge, right? The idea there being is actually for, I think, more of a, what's the word I want to use? What's the word? Merchandising. Because then when you have it on like backgrounds that are not necessarily where it might show up naturally, it makes more sense to have that hard line to kind of give it a character, its shape. This is a really weird design, but I like it so far. We're gonna give it the color that's whatever. Actually, we'll do that. Like a navy blue-ish color. Darker. Just highlighted, I think. More saturated though, so go up a bit higher. About there. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Once again, I must ask for your patience while I... Actually, what I'll do... Let's make the brush bigger. Screw it. Just fill it in right away. Let's use the eraser if it ends up going over the edge. This kind of ruins the idea of what I wanted to go for, though. Maybe we can just like swap it out, like the color scheme. Screw it. Let's go with it. Just have it like fade in. Yeah, we want this to be simple. Come on now. I had to pick a favorite out of this playlist. I think it'd probably be this one. Not a bad one. Say that right. It's definitely not a bad one, everybody. This is the tricky part of doing these fills, because it just ends up getting jagged lines and making my life harder. Spend as little time doing this as possible. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll just forget that edge. And there it should be fine. And the thing we're gonna do, for sure, but the thing on that edge there on the wing, because the other Pokemon's. Oh my God! Sorry. Holy shit. Holy shit, guys, welcome. I didn't realize we were here. Venom TTV. Thank you for the raid. Holy shit, 77 people. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Doodle Day. Today is the day I take two things. We're here. What? Thank you, everybody. I think I looked up just in time. But yeah, welcome to Doodle Day. I'll show you what I've been up to today, but first of all, hi, I'm Snorkulese. Doing this for almost a year now. You haven't hung up before, but I'll show you what I've been up to. So the theme here is it's Gen 2, so Generation 2 Pokemon. Pick one and another, and you basically combine them, right? Officer Travis 15, thank you very much for the follow. So here's our first one. I was starting out using a new brush this week, and I think I really like it. But this is a combination of Murkrow and Piloswine, that's right. So that guy's pretty cool. I like that one quite a bit, actually. Second, I think, is the best one out of the group so far. This is a Cliffa and a Umbreon. You can see that there. I like that one quite a bit. I just like the shading on that one. If you can actually see here, it's got that, like... I try to imitate the style from it. Little Man Rob 85, thank you as well for the follow. And we've got... This one's not my favorite. I didn't turn out quite as well as I'd like. I think the lines were too thick, and I didn't pick a great pose. But it's Smeargle and Crocodile. And then, let me see here. Come on. Here we go. And there's this guy. Shuckle and Ampharos. And I do like how the shading turned on in this one. I actually hit it with like a highlight. I think it looks a little bit better. Look at that guy. Hello. How you doing? Nice to see you, everybody. Yeah, right now we're working on, if anybody can guess these two Pokemon, because again, these are two Pokemon smushed together. What do you think they are? It's a mystery until I finish painting it and I show everybody what the actual thing is. But, yeah. A little hint, these are two of the ones that were, like, heavily, like, what's the term I want to use? Advertised, I guess, when Gen 2 was coming out. But, yeah, this one was one of two. Well, these were two of the Pokemon that I thought were actually the coolest out of the. Some of the coolest ones out of the initial launch, I'll say. One is a legendary. That should be pretty apparent. The other one is pretty apparent as well, I think. Back a little bit on that because it's a little too close to the edge. I know it's not a Pikachu. So, you only have to guess out of, like, 300? Because at that point, I think it only got up to, like, 20-something. Or, I'm sorry, 250-something, but it's definitely not a Pikachu. But it is, I'll show you because you guys are rating me, so it's not a big deal. But it is a Donphan and a Lugia, and that is, the left one is the legendary from a while back. Pretty Pixel, thank you very much for the follow as well. Pokemon, yeah! It's the Pokemons. Monsters, and they fit right in your pocket. So I typically try to do something different every time. Chicken Spawner Art, thank you very much for the follow as well. But yeah, I try to do something different every week in terms of like just like a style or something to imitate. So like this week I figured out like the brush. I think I like the brush from this one quite a bit. And it's trying to imitate like the actual style. So if you look here, you can't really see it. Maybe I can stretch it out. You can see it a bit better. But the shading, especially here, you can see like on his ear and stuff like that, where it's like almost like patchy and smeary. I'm using Photoshop. I actually have my own legitimate version of Photoshop. I say that, but everybody's basically technically rented at this point with the method that they use to offer a license, which kind of sucks because I wish I just owned it, but you can't really do that anymore. But yeah, Photoshop is great. I've always used Photoshop, so I'm the most comfortable with that. I guess you could use Coral Draw, or I guess GIMP would be another one. Some other ones too. I forget what they all are. But whatever works for you, right? I guess this technically isn't the best like drawing platform, but who cares, right? Yeah, I used to do 3D art at a studio, and I would use this to. Well, I didn't have a tablet back then. I would just literally draw it on paper and then convert it into an actual drawing, or an actual 3D object first. But that was a long time ago. Paint Tool Sai. That is the other one I was trying to think of. I knew there was another one that's really popular. That might be actually what I've seen other people draw with. But yeah, I just have like a cheap Huan. I think it's Huan, right? Yeah, one of the cheap Huan tablets. Tried Photoshop and my pen tablet lags badly. See, that's the other thing too. I wonder if Photoshop is the problem. Because I look at things like I considered getting a what's the one Surface Pro, like a Pro 7 or whatever the most recent one is, and every single app that I've used to draw on it, it has a similar lag to this one, and the only ones that I've seen that have a better response time, I would say, are official. What's the word I want to use? Or I'm sorry, not official, but the Cintiqs, stuff like that. And I don't know if I want to drop $800 on like a really good tablet right now. I don't need it. It's definitely not necessary. Am I missing anything? No, we just got to do the T-fers here. Should do that on the other layer. Let's do it on this layer. Screw it. So yeah, this is usually what I get up to on a Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Friday. I'm currently playing Monster Hunter World and working through that. I just started on it a couple days ago. I saw that the the whole expansion and everything, all the expansion content was like with the game $33. I was like, screw it, it's like half off the base game when it came out, so I might as well pick it up. And I haven't regretted it because the last one I played before that was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I like that quite a bit, but I never really went back to the series because I was just too overwhelmed. But like I put so much time into that one that it was hard to go back into a fresh one and just do it all over again. Let's do. Well, I can shade this one, so let's go back into here. Let's just do this color again. Tricky part with this is actually trying to get like characteristics of both of them to fit in. And naturally, I think the ears of Donphan work really well with the wings on Lugia, so I just kind of went with it. It's got like superhero vibes, right? Okay, so not the cleanest lines on here, but again, this is number 4 for the night. Question, actually, for you, chat, because I was waiting to kind of like look into news from E3, but I do wonder what everybody's kind of like number one thing that they're looking out for in terms of like releases that are now announced and all that, especially with Nintendo's stuff being all squared away now. I think mine's probably Metroid Dread. Even though I'm a little bit tentative about the cutscenes, I really don't like how the cutscenes look, but the game itself looks pretty good. So I'll be excited to see more about that. Yeah, if you guys have anything you're looking for, go ahead and shout it out. Is that everything? I think we start shading it now. That's close enough. Alright. Let's go ahead and layer, overlay, get started. Oh, no, the shade. Whoa, hey, let's not do that. There. Oh, drawing takes so much patience, which is exactly why I never finished any of my drawings. Nothing's ever finished, right? I mean, that's the... Everybody uses that saying when it comes down to, like, art in general. Like, it's like, oh, art is never really truly finished. You just stop screwing with it, basically. And, I mean, to an extent, that's true. But, yeah, like, So, one of the reasons why I actually started doing this was because I used to be a digital artist at a game studio, and I was like, oh, great. Now I have all these skills and I can use them again, and I just got really depressed, and I never followed through with it, which just really sucks, because I had such a great time, like, learning from that team. But man, it really took a lot out of me after, because it wasn't the best situation after I left that. I think it was, like, a mandatory, like, layoffs and stuff like that, so not the best situation, right? But since everything's been going on, I've had a whole new like lease on life and all this shit's going on. It's really cool. So I have a better bit of life with the new job I have, a bit more free time, a bit more expendable income and all that. So things have been, getting better and all that. So I thought I'd start streaming, and then I was like, you know what? I really need to get back into drawing. So I started doing Doodle Day. I think it's really been helping, not just content-wise, just actually having something to do, but like getting back into art, which I think is pretty important for me because I've always been an artful kid. I was like one of the kids in the family who actually liked drawing a lot, and in classes in school I would always do really well. Kind of fell off for a while though. This is some like heartfelt music for what I'm like basically admitting to you is like me like getting back in touch with drawing. Mohawk, what's going on, bud? What's going on? Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good night or a good day. It's probably morning where you are. It's definitely morning where I am. But I get that second shift energy, you know what I'm saying? I come in after working a long day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna doodle some stuff on a Wednesday. And that quickly turns into Thursday morning. It's 8:30 a.m. there. Wow. You must be in Australia? 3:30 p.m. Okay, so where's 3:30 p.m.? You're literally 12 hours, well, 13 hours away. UK, but okay. I'm really bad with time zones. I barely remember what mine's even called. Central Standard Time. GMT. I don't even know. All I know is that when it comes to New Year's, I gotta wait basically about 2 hours for when New York has it, and it's my turn. You know? Okay, so let's start getting in the shades here. Let's try darkening this difference here. This is probably where the actual like, oh, I didn't notice this, but the brush, oh no, I'm sorry, I thought the brush was changing direction based on like how I was drawing, but it just keeps changing because every time you tap it, it changes the head shape. Got real excited there for a second. Shit, sorry. Whoa, my brush, no. I'm gonna go ahead and do like the big stuff first. Yeah. Good to hear I'm not alone on that. Yeah, like I get excited for a lot of stuff, but it's usually stupid stuff like I go into an aquarium store and I see new fish that I like or something. That's actually something else I get into quite a bit is aquarium keeping. So if anybody out there is big into aquariums, shout out. Big fan here. And if you catch me on an off or when I'm off like handling something, I'll go into like a break mode or whatever, and I'll have pictures of my aquariums up on stream, just like a screensaver style. So look for that. You're hanging out one day, need somebody to watch. I'm off doing some other bullshit for a minute. Let's not spend too much time on other stuff here. Black. Edge there. Oh, we gotta go back and do this now. Damn it. One thing I found out with this art style that they developed in at the Pokemon HQ or whatever you want to call it is that there's a layering that kind of goes on. Not sure that it's coming through here, so I might have to put a little bit brighter color. Go full white. But yeah, do we have any I mean, obviously we probably have Pokemon fans in the chat. It looked like Chicken Spawner was actually, you were a pretty good fan of this as well. A pretty big fan. Are you one of those that like stuck around throughout all of them, or is it something where you fell off for once? Because I definitely fell off for after Gen 2. If you're the same way, but the like buddy system and like the fashion show stuff, I kind of just really wasn't into that, and I didn't get back into it for what was it, Black and White. I didn't touch that at all. I like darker areas, a bit more of an edge. Not my favorite, but I do like how this one turned out quite a bit. Alright. All of which... So, just in Pokemon in general, did you follow through and play each one after each one came out? So, like I said, I stopped after Gold and Silver, and then I kind of got back in for Diamond and Pearl. Wasn't really a big fan, because I wasn't a big fan of like all the systems they added. But I guess anybody in chat, chime in if you like about how you feel about the more modern Pokemon. If you've followed through. I just played Red, Blue, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Okay, so you kind of stopped. I don't want to say early on either, as well. But Ruby and Sapphire were the first ones for the GBA, right? Gen 3. Gotcha. Perfect. Let's call this one Donia. D-O-N-I-A. I-A. Alright. There we go. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I promised for my last one, I was going to do one for someone who was just here earlier. So the new ones of Pokemon, I don't know what they are. Yeah. I don't think really paid attention to like the starters. So I really like the Gecko, or whatever you want to call it, right? This isn't gonna work. I can just do it off. I can do it off the top of my head. Not a big deal. But yeah. So the starters are usually what gets me interested, and then if I follow through and I'm like, oh, the art style looks good. The gameplay looks good. They added some new cool stuff that's fun to do. Although I will say I'm well and truly past, I think, the demographic of it now. So like, I tend to stick to like either more like, what do they call it? The AA game studio stuff, where it's like the a lot of like the roguelike stuff I've been a big fan of. Older like previous generation stuff like Monster Hunter as well. I started getting back into that after a long time being out of that. So I'm not really the person who's really into it. I did play Pokemon Snap though. I will say that was fun. It was definitely fun going back into it, but it's definitely aimed at a younger audience than me. So I just feel a little awkward going back into it. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's do it standard style. So you kind of had a spoiler there as to which two Pokemon this one's going to be, but I'm going to try and have some fun with it. Try real hard for you, chat. To finally actually have some fun with this stuff. Long road to enjoy this. There we go. So I was getting the perspective right on some of these is the hardest part. With imaginary characters, you kind of got like real life to go off of, but it's usually not enough. So let's go like this. do? Oh, this is like I had no idea there was so many other Pokemon versions. Yeah, it's like it is Togepi. Togepi is part of it. What is the other one? What was I gonna say here? So many Pokemon, I don't know who they are. Wow, I had no idea there was so many other versions. Yeah, there's like I think they're on Gen 9 now. I think is what it is. Wasn't it Games? It's supposed to be. Yeah, yeah. It's tricky too because like you wanna dip into those things as a kid and then it's like actually I'm going a little higher on this. What I want to do with it, but or like just get it back. But going against your parents can be a little tricky sometimes. My parents were, or my parent, I should say, mine got divorced when I was like 11, so wasn't as easy. I like how this leg looks now. I thought it looked good, but yeah, you can just kind of tweak the stance. It looks like he's starting to be fabulous, which is not the worst thing. This one I think I'm just gonna pull the leg in a little bit because otherwise it just looks like he's trying to do too much. If you don't have a like defined silhouette for a style of a character, it just looks a little awkward. So I think I'm just gonna dial it back a little bit. Big old stompy feet, right? So generic like hands sticking out. What sports did you play, by the way? I was in soccer when I was a little kid. I'm guessing tennis, track, lacrosse, maybe. How do we want to? I'm gonna do like almost like a de-evolution of this other Pokemon. So how do we want to do this? Just like a power drop. Nice grid. Gymnastics. Parkour. Parkour is an official sport now? I guess that makes sense, right? Yeah, rugby and martial arts, yeah. I tried doing martial arts as a pre-college kid, but it was too expensive. It was just too expensive at the time. It technically would be too expensive right now unless I really wanted to dedicate like workout to it. But I don't know, maybe one day. Maybe one day. I'm gonna clean up these lines a little bit so I can get the stuff I want to get in here, which is the eyeballs. Let's see here. Doodly-doo. Okay. It's not the best for some reason. I do like a. I feel like the eyes should be bigger. I'll do like the egg-shaped design patterns on here too. So it's almost like a. It will still technically be Togepi too. I guess I could do like de-evolution arms for this. You know, it has like just like the little knobby arm things instead of like hands, but like this. Right? A little smaller too. You spent 3 different martial arts. So I actually have a friend who I used to live with him actually, but he was an instructor. Let's just be upbeat about it. There's so many crumbs here. It's like I was erasing and not getting rid of the crumbs of my eraser. But he taught like martial arts for like. He taught our martial arts for like 10 years at least. and he was a black belt in like Okinawan jiu-jitsu, Okinawan weapons. I don't know if you can actually belt in those, but he taught those, and then a couple styles of karate, I believe. He was really experienced, and it was nuts to hear about all this shit. And I basically, when we were in college, I used to just basically like, oh hey, this is my friend. He beats up kids for a living, and he would always get pissed off about it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. So. Then he would actually get mad about it. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. We'll switch to you beat up bears for on the weekend or something. And he's like, all right, fine. Let's try to get this line nice and clean here. Not perfect. I'll draw the foot first, and then we can kind of go around it. Perfect. Line. Oops. Yeah, is there anything people were getting excited about for E3? I know it's not the like super glamorous thing that we're probably used to, but like I said, I'm excited for the possibilities that is Metroid Dread, even though I wasn't a big fan of the cinematic elements of it. I'm pretty excited. Even if Nintendo's not excited about Metroid anymore, I am. They kind of just breezed over the anniversary, like almost no fanfare. My dad and stepdad are fighters, so I got in. Oh, okay, wow, cool. So weird, interesting. That both of them were. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard about that before. Like step parents having things in common. It's not possible, right? We're all adults here, for the most part, I imagine. Nope. Come on. Nope. Oh, this is the dance chat. We hate to see it. You hate to see it. That's better. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to live with that. I'm not gonna do that 1,000 times. Now let's get the other foot in there. Is just kind of make it shorter. Maybe the other way. That. It does rotate the other way. The full evolution or the first stage. Okay, so I think what we'll do is I'll do this in color on the belly. All right. We gotta get the characteristics for the eye in there, don't we? So the square goes like that. Outline for the highlight. Yep. Come on. Bingo. Oh, not quite. Let's do it again. Stop. That looks good. Go with that. What I'll do is I'll come in here again and I'll just do the eye. Was it the sclera? Or the iris, I'm sorry. Do that as the main color. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Not a whole lot else other than, I mean, some Nintendo stuff was interesting too. Happy to see more information about Zelda 2, or Breath of the Wild 2. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, Signalis, I think is what it's called. It looks like a German-developed, like, sci-fi horror. Looks pretty cool. I'm into that. I just did Outer Wilds. I streamed that. That was my last like story completion game. I liked that quite a bit. I'm happy to have like another like creepy horror mystery game. Looks like it has like a top-down shooter kind of style, which is cool. One was judo and one was karate. I went to learn Bushido. What's Son of the Forest? I didn't see anything about that. I actually know someone who learned kendo. They spent quite a bit of money on equipment for that one. I always wanted to learn that one, but I never had the money to learn it. I think he self-funded it though, so good for him. But yeah, it was cool to see stuff like that. But what other stuff from E3 was there? I'm one of those people that just likes to hear about the things that other people are talking about, and then I'll go by and like pick through what other stuff interested me afterwards. I'd rather just see it all. I don't know. Might not be everybody else's kind of steez on that kind of thing, but I think it just makes my life a little easier and less anxious, like waiting for information, I guess. Kind of like going back to this color I already have. The other problem too is that this is gonna not shade very well. That layer. Be careful with this. It's the the forest. Oh, okay. Huh. All right. I guess I did see a little bit of information about the original, or somebody talking about the original. So yeah, that makes sense that they would be putting out another one. That's cool. I didn't play the first one. I didn't really like. I mean, at the time I didn't really like base building games, but now I'm actually pretty into it. So maybe. Something about the aesthetic I wasn't really into, but I mean, it makes sense, right? Like a island survival horror. Where at night, the crazies come out. Well, I guess the crazies came out at day too, but you finally figure out what's going on, why you crash land on this island. Oh, it's so interesting. Do you close the loop or do you continue the loop? Oh, very interesting. It was interesting too. There definitely was a definitive. I guess there was one of two endings for. It'd be hard to work, but yeah. We'll see. That's the other thing too. Is I liked Raft. That was one I really got into. I actually probably should look for another update on that because there's. They said they were adding more story content eventually. I'll have to check in to see what that's all about. Eventually, but what was the other one I really got into? It was base building. I honestly cannot remember. Because there was... I went back and forth between the two. It's weird. Why can I not remember? Anyway. Oh yeah, Raft is so good. Especially with the new update too. With the farming update when that came out, and you could like actually like pull animals onto your raft, and just everything they added to it for that. Great. Great time. I probably have a picture of Toad. Awesome. Let's get a milky white yellow kind of going on here. Like here. Okay. Proper tool for the job, please. I only got into it then. It wasn't harder. There just wasn't as many features. So like you could cap out at basically. This was before they had like the biodiesel engine. It's before they had a lot more like the watering can system or whatever, that automated watering system. Let's see what else. there was no like real island exploration except for like getting new seeds from trees and stuff like that, and then like the flowers to make dye, so you could paint your stuff. But it just like opened up all these new like features, and it's hard to even like remember what it was because like going back, it was just like there wasn't a whole lot to it, but it just took you a while to get through all of it. But yeah, Raft, great time. I love that. I love that game. So I'm happy to go back to it when that update comes out again because getting through all of that was really fun. That like island where it's like just like RVs piled on top of each other. That was really cool. And so what colors do we want to do for this? Because it's red and blue for that. Let's do like purple and orange. Like a light purple. So here, get this bigger, more accurately, so not a wobbly line. Yeah, that bird is a pain in the ass. He can be fun to game though once you get like a good bow. And I'm wondering if they'll add a secondary bow because like I think they only had like one level of bow. If that makes any sense. Like they only had one quality level bow, whereas they had like the stone or the stone tools and then like the metal tools. That was a fun upgrade path too, is to finally get to the point where you're like, okay. So the other thing they have to do is make the shark actually menacing, because like now it is creepy seeing it in the water. Sometimes. But for the most part, the shark is a really easy enemy to dodge now. I would say that the bird is definitely harder, but the shark really doesn't really put up much of a fight anymore, which is kind of sad because I remember that being like the most horrifying thing. That was actually one thing I had to get over for that game. Is I have a really bad. Oh, that's what it was. Subnautica. I played Subnautica before or after. I'm sorry, after Raft. And that was a good time, but it was really fucking creepy. I have a really hard time with deep water, not being able to see things in water. So it was a little bit of a tricky proposition for me to get into that game, honestly. But I did. Had a good time. I met a lot of cool people actually with that one. A lot of people hung out in that one. Would be combo, yeah, combo bow or compound. I'm sorry, I know what you're saying. Oh, that line. There we go. Or like a not necessarily like or like a crossbow would be kind of fun too. Anything like that where they just get more creative with the tools that they have to use. This up, and then we'll start shading. This will be our last one for the night. I really need to call it a night. It's pounding. Got a couple more things to do around the house. Let's see how that looks. Is that dense? I think it's dense enough. Let's do our or a longbow. Yeah, that makes sense too. Like they could make it really hard for you to like have to farm trees or something like that. So let's do a overlay layer. And we gotta get all the outline. Go. Okay. Switch back to our super cool Pokemon shading brush, and now we will do highlights first. So we'll start with a lighter color. Oh, we gotta do that. Sorry, we gotta do this first. Switch back here to our Doodle brush, and then we got to do the eye stuff. Do white for the eye. Actually, we'll do this last. Then we can do like, what is it? Brown red. Yeah, brown red. start with brown. I'm gonna highlight it with red. White. The glint, whatever in his eye. It's going to have to be like a cutesy kind of thing going on, right? One there. Up, up. We go with red. Hit the edges. Bigger brush. Much. Let's tone it down just a bit. Alright, I'm pretty much fine with that. I think. Not crazy about it. You know what, Chat? I'm not crazy about it. Do I have to say you can really draw this epic with watch because I can't? Well, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. I'm overly critical of myself, but I think most artists or people who call themselves artists are. Is that like it's very easy for somebody to be like, oh, I can't even draw a straight line. It's like you never ever really want to draw a straight line unless you're an illustrator where you're drawing buildings. That's really the only time you want to draw straight lines. And not to denigrate myself or anything like, you know, I don't think I suck or anything like that, but like I definitely I took my time with it. Like this is after like decades of practice. So if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I could never draw like that, it's like you just got to, all you got to do is practice. It takes time, and a lot of failures. I guess you can call it failure, but it's just, you know, paving the road to success. You know, you gotta get those hours in. Not, is it like 10,000 hours or something? You know, people always say that platitude. It's like, oh, it's like you're not good because you didn't put the 10,000 hours. It's like 10,000 hours. You just need to put the time in and care about it. So if you want to learn to draw, it's not about singular things, right? It's more about feeling inspired. It's more about doing it even though you're not, you know, feeling it. It's anything like any other thing where you can learn to do something. It just takes the wherewithal, right? And this is coming from me, someone who actually stopped drawing for like 5 years and really didn't draw much, and then got back into it. And it's like, oh, all these things I taught myself, all these things I learned over those years from when I was a little kid, and I would draw dinosaurs because I loved watching Jurassic Park and stuff like that. Even in like kindergarten, I was still doing it. But yeah, like it took me a long time to get this good, and I'm still like, this is fucking trash garbage. I'm not a fan. But even still, like I'm really enjoying where I'm at with these drawings. Like the style I'm developing right now, or whatever you want to call this, like patterning, this kind of like brush style I'm using. I just developed this today. It's something I've been wanting to imitate with the Pokemon style, and I still think it's like it takes time to get it right, but I think it's a pretty cool step in the right direction. The other thing about art too is being observant. Like you're not gonna always use, and I just mentioned this before, you're not really ever gonna use like black to shade, and I am now. I literally am using black, but some of your best art will come from not using what you expect as the color shade. If I really wanted to get in here and be like, you know, some fucking like Michael Jordan shit with like a blow your mind with colors, I could, but I'm really someone who did not spend a lot of time with colors in art. I was mostly just a sketcher. Like I like to draw with a pencil and just shade, and I never really put time into color. And that's one of the other practices I'm developing here, is that this allows me the chance to practice with that, and it's ended up in some interesting areas. If you check out, I have them on YouTube. I also have them on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok and you want to follow me, Snorkulese on TikTok. by all means, go for it. And I do like the I'll put up a video of just like these kind of images where you don't know what it is, and then I'll hang that out for like a couple days or a week or so, and then I'll put up another video with the names on it. So keep an eye out for that if you'd like. But also show up for more of these if you like. You know, I'll be here next week too, doing the same thing for the most part. Different art style, maybe. Who knows? I did mention too, if you're on Instagram, check out the Obanath. She's super cool, and I don't know. I think she's really inspiring art style. In the S, isn't it? Control Shift I and then delete again. Maybe. There we go. Okay, just that edge I didn't want. But yeah, there we go. This cute little boy. It's a Toga Squirtle or a Squirtle. No, we're gonna go with Toga Squirtle. All my creativity is in music and singing. Okay, see, well, I mean, I pretend I can sing, right? Everybody pretends they can sing. TikTok is the same. Yes, TikTok is the same. But yeah, music and singing. I don't know how to play any instruments. I'm super jealous of anybody who plays an instrument, even if you're just like you're doing chords on a guitar, or you could play a bass, and you can keep a beat, right? If I had a drum set, I would probably be playing that like 2 hours a day, just fucking around. I'd be like Bill Burr. He's a fantastic comedian, one of the best that we have right now. And he says he's shit at drums, and I'm sure he's like better than like, I don't know, at least a quarter of the people out there, which is like so many people that are out there trying to even learn drums, right? But like he'll denigrate and say like, oh, I'm fucking shit at drums. Don't even listen to me. It's like, well, why are you practicing then? It's like, well, I enjoy it. Well, then that's probably better than for a lot of what people play drums for. My parents said I had to learn an instrument. Well, if you like it, put the time in, man. Good stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Togle, or we'll call him Togle. Togle. Yeah, it's a Squirtle that didn't quite hatch all the way yet. I have to think like, what would a de-evolved Squirtle look like? But I think that would be too much to ask, because like they did that for so many Pokemon, right? Like maybe Blaze and Electric, but singing really is your thing. That's cool. Do you have do you have it up anywhere? Like, do you have I don't know, not necessarily like a stream or anything, but like a place where you post like work or anything like that? Or do you stream yourself doing it? I'm sure you could get a crowd for it. Let's save this real quick here. Sorry, before I get too distracted. Oh, I gotta. I think I'll just leave this one as is. I didn't have a combo up like they did for the other ones. I still think this one is the best one for the stream so far. The shape and the shading looks really good. So, yeah. This one's definitely my favorite so far of all of them. Hello. Hello. Oh. I can do some animation or something like that on stream once. It'll make it fun. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me today. Oh, this is actually from a previous week. Not last week, but the week before. I did. I don't know if you've ever seen. Their name is Pokale, Pokao or OALE. It's on Instagram, but they do some great stuff. No stage fright for working on getting never. Yeah. Stage fright is definitely something I have. I've never done karaoke for that exact reason. Even on easy songs where everybody would just be singing over me anyways, right? I've never gotten over that. But yeah. So this was from another week actually. Follow on TikTok. Thank you very much. I much appreciate it. I'm gonna try and getting some more like highlight reels of like certain stream. I'm gonna do a Mario Kart highlight reel, like a intro, and then like each cup I'll do like a victory or something like that. Something not boring, right? But last time I did something else different. Haha, my favorite boy here. Squirrel Squad Squirrel. What I'll do is I'll probably pick another art style next week to imitate. And I mentioned Poka-Ol, which is the artist who I imitated for this one. But next week, I think for Doodle Day, I'm gonna try and do a imitation of the Obanoth, which is a cool artist I like on Instagram, and she does some great stuff with just like square brush stuff. So I'm gonna try and do something like that next week. But as for me, let's be a little proactive here about my thanks because I might have missed a couple here. But Bad Dog 96 Dow, thank you very much again for the Prime. 3 months. Much appreciated, bud. Thank you so much for hanging out for the little time you did. Love it. Thank you so much. Venom TTV. I'll see you in Mom's. I believe you're from Mom's Squad, right? But thank you very much for the raid anyways and hosting me. It's so much appreciated. It's been fun hanging out and drawing with you people. Talking with Little Man Rob and Chicken Spawner Art. Everybody else who's been chatting too. Much appreciated. Sorry. Like, I've been going for about 4 hours now. About 3.5 hours. And this is after 2 days of work just being awful. So I'm sorry. I have to call it a night. Yeah. So it's been a rough week for me. But no problem. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for chatting, and for everybody just sitting around with their browser open and not clicking off. I really do appreciate it. Even that much, I really do appreciate. Also, yeah. So, Little Man Rob, Officer Travis 15, Pretty Pixel, and Chicken Spawner Out, and Red Vault 117. Thank you very much for following. Much appreciated. I'm gonna try and do some new notification art or something like that, or transitions and stuff like that at some point. All plans, right? All things you throw out there and you're like, oh, wouldn't it be great? Find some time. But yeah, it's been a week, everybody. So I'm going to call it a night. Thank you again, everybody. I will see you when I see you. Keep an eye on that, that E3 stuff. I'm going to say thank you again another 10 times. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. I will see you next time.